Hey, hey, hey. So good to be online. Just a quick few conversations in the studio. If you're watching online and you would dare to put a little comment or say hello, would you do that? Hey, today's a great day. I was up in our clients' offices yesterday all day reviewing some interesting data. I want to share about that today. I want to share about the new research report that we're launching now. And then the second follow up research report for our CRM survey. A lot is happening. So if you would just take a few minutes to lean in, I have some great news for dealers, especially dealer groups. Okay, let's jump in for our first topic, the OTT survey. That's right, we have launched the survey, which I'm asking auto dealers from around the country, anyone in the marketing department or leadership roles that are negotiating with streaming companies, OTT companies, agencies. If you're spending money on streaming TV or OTT or blended media that includes linear streaming, whether you're doing it through your agency or doing it yourself in a self serve, would you be so kind? Is just go to pashgroup.com. It's so simple. Pashgroup.com. You'll see the little pop up. If you go to our research reports, you'll see it there asking you to please take the survey. It's pashgroup.com. I'm really excited about this because there's been a lot of confusion about the transparency of OTT spend. I don't know if anybody who's watching wants to comment, but it appears that many agencies are selling OTT with a CPM that's a little deceiving. It's a blended CPM where they may be throwing in some high quality content placement and then watering it down with very low quality CPM to get their number competitive and breaking out the bill at the end of the month that shows which media channels, which content partners were being used, and the CPM for each one of those channels is often missing. There's a lot of other things about the targeting, even simple questions that we're asking dealers. Have you ever seen your streaming ads while you're watching TV at home? Especially on the channels or the placements where they're supposed to be going. So if you would just go to pashgroup.com and would you take the survey? This would be for automotive professionals who are involved in marketing decisions and especially the placement, purchase, review, reporting review, performance inspection of OTT streaming TV campaigns. So I want to thank you for that in advance. And remember, it's just going to pashgroup.com and making sure that you start the survey. Okay. Just as a side note, we are going to be following up our very popular, our most popular in recent years, the 2027 automotive CRM survey. Last year, we had some real groundbreaking insights. And this year, we're going to be digging into some of the stickier questions about what is the role of the CRM? Is the CRM and CDP still separate conversations? What about dealers who are trying to leverage their first party data more and API access may be limited? We're talking about APIs and MCPs. Who's responsible for the customer data that's shared with agents and what happens when agents misbehave? There's a lot of questions about the future of customer communication and controlling the cadence of communication. So this year we're going to be digging in. We're going to have a survey again and asking some of the leaders of CRM and technology leaders to really add their commentary. I'm thinking this year we may have a couple guest writers, almost like an op-ed article to include in the research report to make sure we capture all the voices in the industry. I know David Steinberg has a strong voice and a lot of very interesting ideas. And there's a number of people who are commenting on the mini polls that we're doing. So I want to encourage dealers and technology leaders, if you have an opinion on what the future of automotive CRM should look like, would you just book a time on my calendar to talk about it? You can just go to calendly.com/Brian Pash, no spaces, calendly.com/Brian Pash. Put 15 minutes on my calendar. Let's just talk about where you think you could add some value to the research, and then we can follow up with another appointment. I want to talk about the work that we're doing at KPI and the webinar that we have next week. This is a very important webinar because I'm really inviting dealer group marketing managers, website managers, and dealer principals of dealer groups to join this webinar. It's very important because the dealer groups who are using KPI are just saying, this is super valuable. I know things were messed up. I didn't know how bad they were. I was trying to clean things up. Now I have a clean path forward. We're talking about great operators, just no standardized measurement, no true ability to optimize their marketing dollars. KPI is providing that framework. And I'm going to invite some of our dealer group customers who are using KPI to share how they're using this data in a very practical way. So if you are part of a dealer group, and I'm just going to say have more than 5, 7 websites, and are really looking for a way at scale to hold vendors accountable for marketing performance, optimize the conversion of your websites, know when things are broken in advance instead of finding out 2 or 3 months later, and to identify the key levers to improve conversion to get more leads. That's what the webinar is for next week. It's actually a week from today. Again, you can go to patchgroup.com and sign up for that webinar. It's super simple, or just look in my LinkedIn or Facebook feed. You will see the post for the webinar. We just sent out an email to a few thousand dealers, and we're hoping that you will join me a week from today on a new way to measure conversion and a new framework to measure conversion optimization, which brings me to my story yesterday. You know, you would think that dealer groups are the best places to test changes to websites, new tech, new tool. But the truth is, the larger the dealer groups, the more websites, often the more disorganized the data measurement is. Some websites are organized one way, some another, depending on the vendor. And more importantly, conversion measurement isn't consistent from website to website. And that's the opportunity that KPI brings. So one of my largest clients, who's all of their stores are using KPI, they've been measuring conversions consistently month after month after month. That means we have all their form submissions working, comm submissions working, and their voice submissions working. Every website is being measured by the same yardstick, which allows us to test different tools, a trade tool, a credit tool, a payment tool, different designs, controlling the buttons through one vendor, meaning a totally integrated website platform, versus ad hoc where the dealer just throws different tools on. And what was really interesting, and I'm not saying this just as a point of pride, but I know that there are very few dealer groups in the country that can honestly test something like which was tested. And the early findings are showing that integrated website tools that are controlled in cadence simplify the retail process, not forcing consumers to put in their information for every CTA button, are generating more net leads. And that's interesting because dealers, as you know, have a tendency of putting more buttons, more tools. I've seen 2 or 3 DR tools on a VDP, 2 or 3 different payment online processing tools. I've seen 2 trade tools on the same VDP. Dealers have not had a consistent way of knowing what are people clicking on, what is the CCR, the CTA conversion rate. But what about things like testing no buttons on the SRP, just moving them to the VDP, something like Carvana does? And you've already seen what Carvana has done for new car Stellantis dealerships. They have completely transformed poor performing Stellantis stores to high performing. And one of the things, if you look at all of their websites, is they have no buttons, transactional buttons on the SRPs. Well, doesn't that sound like e-commerce outside of automotive? Yeah. So KPI allowed this dealer group to do a test of different website platforms, and then within a single website platform, determine whether ad hoc throw your own buttons on or unified CTAs, all controlled by the website platform, produces better results. And you only can get these answers if every store is being measured with the same yardstick. It only can happen if all of the forms are being sent into GA4, all of the chats are being sent into GA4, all of the phone calls are being sent into GA4. And here's what I find out. When a new dealer group comes on, there's Swiss cheese, there's holes all over the place. And the dealer groups have been making decisions on partial data. This is what's so exciting about KPI. When a dealer group signs up from KPI, they know exactly the things they need to fix to have unified measurement and marketing optimization. Over the next 30, 60 days, they fix all the problems, they set a baseline, and then dealers can improve. But more importantly, just not improving, but getting insights onto what's working with website design and even tools. So I want to encourage dealer groups, come out to the webinar next week. It's a week from today, or just go to kpi.com. That's kpeye.com and request some information, a demo. I'll be more than happy to show you how it works. And more importantly, let's move forward with setting up Switzerland independent measurement standards, which benefits the entire vendor community, the entire dealer community. That's what KPI is. So in recap, please, please, please go to pashgroup.com and take the OTT survey. If you have an opinion on that, please participate. If you have an opinion on the future of CRM and technology integration with first-party data, make sure you book some time on calendly.com/Brian Pash to talk about that and how you might be included in a future research report that's coming out this fall. And lastly, next week, a week from today, we're having a KPI webinar. I'm going to bring some of our dealer group clients to talk about the power and insights of unified measurement to improve conversion rate, generate more leads for your marketing dollars. And I'm also going to be giving you a sneak peek at just how bad the bot traffic is on dealer websites. Man, we're seeing huge spikes in bot traffic. Some website providers are worse than others. And I also found a little key to why all of this bot traffic is happening. So you wouldn't want to miss next week's webinar. Just go to pashgroup.com. You'll see the pop-up, or check my social media feed. No problem. You'll find it. If at worst, message me on LinkedIn and I'll send you the registration link. That's all for now. I got work to do. Well, looks like I have another KPI coaching call with the Modern Automotive Group in just a few minutes. So I got to get back to work. So everyone, have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. And remember, if you're a dealer group looking to accelerate the overall conversions across the entire group, it's time for you to partner with KPI and let us coach you each month to reach the full maximum conversion potential of all your websites. That's all for now. I'm going to sign off. Take care.